Hey moguls, my name's Harry and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Otto Sciences. Have you ever wondered how long it takes to cure a disease? Well, on average, it takes about 17 years for data on a lab bench to translate into clinical therapies used at a patient's bedside. When lives hang in the balance, this slow pace is simply unacceptable. So maybe you're really passionate about curing Alzheimer's or developing new therapies for leukemia, but you just don't know where to start. You want to make a difference in the world, but you don't have lab space, millions of dollars worth of expensive equipment, or even years of expertise in a complicated scientific field. Well, as it turns out, scientists across industry and academia actually have a very similar set of problems. And that's where Otto comes in. Otto is an online marketplace platform that accelerates scientific discovery by connecting scientists with the help and equipment that they need, and connecting them to equipment that goes unused, expertise that goes unconsulted, and potential that goes untapped. Simply put, we demolish R&D barriers that get in the way of innovation. We're currently running a pilot platform that has 15 users and a little over $1.1 million in supply-side capacity. So let's say there's a researcher at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in the chemistry department. She might have what's known as an NMR machine, which is a $1.5 million machine that takes up a whole room and is crucial for analytical chemistry. She might only use this piece of equipment maybe 6 times a week, and since it takes about 10 minutes to run a sample, this means the machine's only being used an hour a week, and the rest of the week it sits around collecting dust. She could then use Otto to create a listing that specifies what kinds of experimental services she's willing to perform for others in a fee-for-service transaction. At the same time, an early-stage life sciences company can browse the marketplace to find contract research organizations, core facilities, or researchers like this one who can help them acquire the preliminary data that they need to raise a seed or Series A round. After all, no investor wants $1.5 million of an early-stage biotech seed round to go to one piece of instrumentation.
So Harry, how did you come to this idea? What's your background? How did you get interested in this kind of solution?
Sure. So I'm currently a first-year medical student at the Medical College of Wisconsin. My co-founder and brother is a fourth-year med student at MCW. And long story short, we were scientists and we started to notice some barriers and inefficiencies in the research process. We saw that that led to worse outcomes in the clinic where things aren't really translating, that 17-year gap. And we just decided to dive into the problem. We talked to dozens of scientists, is it red tape? Is it because the science is hard? What's going on? And long story short, we ended up making Otto based on what we heard.
So your belief is there's no reason for there to be downtime in finding cures, solutions?
Exactly.
So your need is?
Funds, money.
Yeah.
Funds, but yes, and I think outside of that, there's also some mentorship needs because we're scientists by training, but it also, you guys have awesome business backgrounds and affiliations with organizations that I think could have interesting collaboration opportunities with Otto.
And have you thought about, I'm sure you have, as you're going through this pilot, how you're pricing the service?
Yeah, so right now, we take a 15% buyer-side commission fee on each transaction. And in the future, we plan to transition into a freemium subscription model, sort of like Amazon Prime.
Well, that's an interesting concept.
For sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. This is awesome.